Alright, so the chorus is actually probably the easiest part of the song, to me anyways. It's just strumming a couple of chords, but I'm going to just really quickly run through it with you anyway. And then I'm going to describe what I do with the loop pedal, because it took a while to kind of get down what I wanted to do with the loop pedal. Now this was also because I like, when I'm doing covers, I like keeping it pretty concise. I'll explain what I mean in a minute, but I'm just going to show you the chorus first, and then we'll get into the looping stuff. So the first chord of the chorus is just a B chord. Now this is obviously our regular kind of B chord for this type of style, which is the kind of the triad there and then the thumb over. And if you don't know what that is, it just looks like that. You can obviously move that around anywhere, but in this case we're in B. So now I actually meshed together two guitar parts, I think, for this. Now don't quote me on this, but I think it's one guitar part goes like this, just like that, and then the other one goes like that. Right, so I just meshed the two together for my cover, and it sounds like this. Just like that. Okay, once more. Right, and then we're going to our C sharp minor, which in this case, what the chords that I do here, because it's nice, you can play a nice open chord here. What I do is I go thumb on the 9th fret there, 3rd finger there on the 11th, 4th finger on the 11th of the 4th, and then 1st finger on the 9th of the 3rd. So we're going. This is our C sharp minor. Now you can leave these two strings to play open. It actually sounds quite nice. And then we go down to our A, which is a thumb there and a little E shape there. And again, these two strings are going to be played open. So it goes. So again. C sharp minor. Now here, on that E, on the start of that E is where I brought in the loop pedal. Okay, I'm going to try and explain this to you as simply as I can. It's a little bit complicated, but let's just give it a go. Right, so what I would suggest you do with the loop pedal is just go like this. So go. Play that whole riff again and just loop it, so go. So that's just loop. Don't do what I did, because I was just trying to shorten things down a bit. I didn't want any fluff at all, so I tried to avoid getting any just kind of regular chord strumming in there. But that was just because the video is already 5 minutes long. I just didn't want any extra time in there. So if you're performing this, or if you're doing your own version, just to keep it simple, I would do what I'm about to suggest now, because I really did wreck my head trying to get this right. But anyways, what I suggest you do is at the end of the chorus you have this riff. Now I would just start looping here. So. Start your solo. You can start your solo there then after you do that, right? Now there was a couple of reasons that I didn't do that. First of all was because I'd have to have a whole other, I'd have to do this 3 times before I actually got into the solo. But there was another problem that I had, that if I just went like this, going straight into, then it would be fine. But because it started before the 1 of that chord, so we're on the E. There's a little bit of a pause before it goes back into that, before it starts over again. So if I looped all that, then it would always have that pause, so it'd constantly be going. And then again. And it would pause again, and it would just keep doing that over and over again. I wanted the whole... I didn't want any of that pause in there, right? So what I did was I started recording on the E, okay? So it went like this. So it goes, my dear, dear, slow dance. So, and then I started recording on the E like this. And I stop here. Okay, you hear that? So that keeps looping over and over again. Now, the challenge that I had with this was, look, it's going to start on the E. Okay, it's going to start on the E. So if I did... See, it wouldn't work. It's the E comes in there, so it wouldn't actually work that way. So what I had to do, and again, I'm sorry this is confusing, but I just want to explain exactly what I did to kind of get it through. Again, I think the easiest way is just to ignore everything that I'm saying now and just go ahead and just do one extra riff in there, or one extra, measure of those 3 chords, and just do that. It's just going to make life a lot easier. But I'll just explain what I did. I went... So on that E I went... That's a looping. But here's the problem with that, is on that E, if I go to, when I stop to go to this, it doesn't stop with me, it just keeps going. So what I had to do was I set my expression pedal, which is on my loop pedal, I set that to volume, so I basically started looping. Started the loop. End the loop. Now turn off the volume. So you end the loop, you turn off the volume so you can't hear the loop, right? But it's still going in the background. And then once you go and you start the first solo, you turn on the volume again so that it comes back in. Right, now hopefully that made a little bit of sense. Again, I really want to reiterate, just keep this as simple as possible, because you just don't want to do things that totally overcomplicate things, which is a bit of a weak point in my personality. I kind of, if it's complicated, I just force myself to do it until I'm driven crazy. But we got there in the end. But anyways, that's how I did it. I literally only did this to cut out, 10 seconds of I just don't like, just that strumming, it's just kind of fluff in a way, so I just wanted to cut that out. So that's what I did to cut that out. But if that 10 seconds or 8 seconds or whatever it is isn't as important to cut out to you as it is to me, then for sure I would suggest just doing it simply and doing an extra riff in there. So in the next video I'm going to get on to the first solo, which is actually in the recording of the song, but he does a live version of it as well, which is similar but slightly different. So again, just to reiterate on the chorus, go some of this. Pedal on. Loop pedal off. And you're into the solo, alright? Now, when I said loop pedal on and off there, I was just talking about what I did. Again, what I would suggest you do is just do another one of these in the middle, so you have 3 altogether. So it would be, so the chorus would go. turn it off, you can stop the loop at that, and then turn it on, and just switch it on again on the 1, on that note there. You can just turn it on again, and the loop starts again, right? So that's the way I would say to do it. I know this was a bit long-winded. I know it probably wasn't the most interesting for, especially for those of you who don't really care about the looping, but just wanted to explain how I did it, because there was some questions about how I managed to do the 2 guitars and stuff like that. So yeah, that's my that's the down low on what I did for my looping. Way too complicated, I think, but give it a go and see what's the best for you.